Hi, I'm Bart Hanson. I'm the owner and operator of CrushLivePoker.com. The following hand comes from our call-in show that we record at 4:45 p.m. Pacific Time every Monday. If you want to call in your hand, check out the phone number in the description.
Yeah. All right, 1-3, 300 max buy-in in Seattle. This hand is six-handed, which is uncomfortable for me. I don't usually play six-handed.
This is
Usually
another
full ring.
spread limit, right? Is this another spread limit structure?
Yeah, this is spread limit. It usually doesn't impact the 1-3 game too
Yeah.
much. But occasionally the
What is it,
2-5.
300 max street bet or something?
500.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it probably
Yeah,
won't,
but
right? Yeah.
yeah, it doesn't impact the 1-3 game too often.
Okay.
The effective stacks are 250.
Okay.
So the villain from under the gun, who's been at the table for half an hour, raises to 15. Then it folds around to me in the big blind, and I've got ace jack of clubs. I call.
Okay.
Again, six-handed. I'm not very comfortable, so I'm not sure how often I should be three betting this. But
you should probably have a fair amount of flats here under the gun versus big blind. Where you're supposed to start squeezing is when there's extra dead money there. So if he raises and somebody calls or a couple callers, then you can easily take this as a three bet out of the big blind. But you can, I would be calling here a fair amount.
Got it. Makes sense.
Yep.
So about $30 in the pot. Flop comes 7 of clubs, 7 of diamonds, 10 of clubs.
7 of clubs, 7 of diamonds, 10 of clubs. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So I check with the flush draw.
Oh, hold on. I just realized I don't have the action up. There you go, guys, on the live stream. All right, 7, 7, 10. Yep.
Yep. So I check. The villain bets 25, and I call.
I think that's okay. Obviously, you've got ace high. You have backdoor clubs, 2 overcards. You can turn some straightening equity as well.
Yep. Kind of where I was at.
Yep.
So $80. Turn is the 2 of spades.
Okay.
I check again.
Yep.
And the villain bets 30. And I pretty quickly call him. This is one of the spaces where I'm wondering if should I be calling or should I be raising here?
What do you mean? How about folding?
Okay.
Well, let's take a look at this. I mean, so there's 30 in there. There's 80. So he's betting 30 into 80 on the turn. So you're getting just under 4-1. Even if you were to have 2 overcards here, you would have only about 6 outs. So you'd need about 7.5 to 1. I mean, the bet size on the turn is rather sort of peculiar, but this kind of seems to me like it's pocket 8s or pocket 9s, to be honest with you. It could also be a weaker 10. This tends to be, for me, a showdown-oriented bet on the turn. So this is not really a bluff bet, really, at all. I think it's a medium strength hand that doesn't want to give off a free card to clubs. Oh, excuse me. Did you flop a front door flush draw?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you, or was it a backdoor flush draw?
No, I've got front door.
Oh, okay. For some reason,
that's why I'm in call mode.
Yeah. For some reason, I thought that. Sorry, I missed that. You have a front door club draw. Okay. For some reason, I thought it was a rainbow board. No. Okay. Yeah. So this hand is indicative of medium strength showdown. I thought that it was a rainbow board and you didn't turn any backdoor equity, and I was like, well, you could just fold here. But yeah. So you've got obviously a ton of outs here. Yeah, I've certainly raised here in this spot before. I think that you can have some 7s here. It's a shame if you just call and you let Queen 10 win. You know what I mean? Something like that. It seems like you probably have some fold equity. The issue here is that your stacks aren't really all that deep. So he bets 30. Say you were to make it 110 or 120. Actually, you know what you could do with these stack sizes? You could make it 120. You're going to have to call if he moves all in. But you could actually make it 110, 120, and if he calls, don't bluff the rest of your stack all in. Do you see what I'm saying? Give up if you don't hit at the end. Try to make it look like you have a really strong hand, but if he calls, don't bluff the river.
Perfect. That's very helpful. So I wound up calling, so the pot's 140. We've got about 180 left, I believe.
So you just call?
I just wound up calling, yeah.
Yeah, I think I would raise there, but okay, hero calls. Yep.
river's the jack of diamonds. And so my initial thought was I hit a jack. I was kind of on the same page with you that it might be eights or nines. I didn't want it to check through.
I would definitely bet as played for sure. I mean, occasionally you're going to run into Jack 10 here, I think, but I do think you have the best hand here. And by the way, I probably would have made this play at the end by check raising and then betting the river too, even with the Jack if I had check raise turn. But like I said, I've got a pretty confident. I've actually done a few podcasts on this lately about like what these recreational betting patterns are. And that bet followed by the 30 on turn is it's a lot of medium strength showdown. And I would be very surprised if ace jack is not good here. Like this guy is not going to be betting kings or queens like this all that much on the turn.
That was one of my questions.
Yeah.
So I lost track of the pot size and I just went slightly higher than his turn bet and I bet 40. He looked pained, took a couple minutes, and then called and showed ace-10 off.
Yep. There you go. Ace-10 off, right? Yep.
Yeah. One of my main questions was, as I started thinking about it after, I was worried, did I misthink it, and was I...
And I would even... So I would...
Kings or queens?
Well, no. And I would even go so far as to say is that I probably interpreted his line as actually even weaker than ace-10. Okay. But again, it is very... Now... Whether or not, like I said, I'm just telling you guys, based upon almost 15 years of professional playing, some of the most common patterns that I see players at this level fall into, and this is like really one of the absolute gems. And if you're not a subscriber to Crush Live Poker, you can check it out. You can use the code YTA100 for the first month free. I'm actually going to go over and take a look. I want to say... and see if I can find the episode, because I did one a couple of weeks ago. I did a podcast specifically on this where just this bet sizing of the same size bet as on a subsequent street after showing aggression on the flop and on the turn is just... Yeah, I did one last week. Well, I'm actually doing the live stream on April 23rd, but there's a podcast... 288 special value techniques at the mid stakes was done on April 17th. And if you're new to the site, podcast 285, which is done on 3/27/2018, it's called Bet Sizing Out of Balance. This week, Bart discusses an old, reliable, out of balance pattern that we can use to deeply exploit weaker opponents. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Someone in the live chat saying, why not check to keep his bluffs in? This guy he's never bluffing when he bets 25 on the flop followed by 30 on the turn. This is almost always exactly what he ends up having, which was a hand that he doesn't want to give a free card to. He doesn't want to give up a free card because of the front door flush draw, but he's not super comfortable with it. Now, because of that, I would probably check raise turn, caller, but okay. I do like your bet at the end for sure. I might even choose to size up. He bet, so the pot was 80, it was 140. I might go like 90 to 100 at the end. You have to like look at your stacks though too, just to make sure the guy isn't like totally sandbagging something crazy and giving yourself like, some sort of escape hatch to look at, possibly bet folding at the end. But yeah, that's what I would say. Right. But thanks for the call.
Yeah, great. Thanks.
All right. Hey guys, if you like what you've seen here, please click on the subscribe button and you'll get notified every time we put up a new video. And if you want to check out CrushLivePoker.com for the first month free, use the code YTA200. Click on the link right there.